be wrong. I'm a perfect imperfection and I don't find interest on the radio. Sometimes I get high, watch the time pass by like away we go. Is it okay to cry when you dying inside? Seem like codeine is the one thing that helps take my mind on the lies. Hey, every motherfucking body. It's Miss Bree with the T, and we've all tuned in today for a talk with my thoughts. So grab your influencers and vibe out with me. Today I got some trees, and this time I'm just playing. Hey y'all, say y'all, what the fuck is going on with y'all? I know. It's been a minute, but my podcast bag, I'm finna get back in it. So like I said, today I ain't got no treats. And I won't be having no treats for the next 4 months. Because I'm 5 months pregnant. Okay, period. So I am finally carrying a full-term pregnancy. I'm happy as hell. I'm grateful as hell. And I'm ready as hell to be a mom. I be giving all the love to the wrong motherfuckers. And let me give it to somebody who deserve it. You know, I work with kids every day, and I have for the past 3 to 4 years. I've been babysitting since I was a teenager, in and out of daycares, trying to get a job. Like, bitch, this is my life. This is what I do, okay? So I'm absolutely ready to be a mommy. I keep hearing that I'll be a very good mommy or one of the best mommies, and that makes me excited. So yes, today we are tapping into a talk of my thoughts. And it's been a very long time, y'all, and I'm sorry. Life has just been lifing, and not in a good way. I'm very much so recovering from a incident that revolved me around not being able to walk for the last month, and then before that, I kind of just fell off of the podcast. But the last time I checked in with y'all, I had told y'all that I was coming from my Nashville fashion show. That was amazing. Photos still looking good, period. And I had said that I was going to a poetry event March 15th. And March 14th is when the incident happened to me. So I'm going to give y'all a little background story. I don't want to get too deep into it because that bitch will never get no more clout from me ever. But I invited one person to my cousin's balloon release, and they came with another person that I've had previous quarrels with. We don't get along with each other, mainly because the bitch is a hater. She's jealous as fuck and don't want to see me win, which I understand. Bitch, you come from a shitty-ass city, and all you see is me thriving in this shitty-ass city. I'd be mad, too. Like, what am I doing wrong? But anyways, shit went left. The person that I didn't invite got out of the car, wanted to start shit with me, and I politely beat her ass. Now, the problem is, the bitch couldn't take an ass whooping, so she took my car. When she took my car, she stole money, IDs, credit cards, sunglasses. The balloons for my cousin's balloon release was not in my car when I got my car back. Bitch took cameras out of my car that recorded the entire incident. There's lots of damage done to my car. I'm going to do what I can legally to get that shit straightened out. Because, bitch, don't think shit sweet. Because ain't shit sweet over here but this pussy, bitch. But, yeah, that's that on that. I'm not going to get too much into it. Because the bitch is walking now. I'm working now. Back to making my money. And the money she took from me, I got that back times 2. So, bitch, who is you? Nobody. But life is good. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased with the position that I'm in. Just want to make sure that the audio is recording. Very pleased with the situation that I'm in. I love my 4-bedroom house still. I love my job. And yesterday, I attended the poetry event that was intended for me to join on March 15th. I finally got to recite my poems at the Poetic Corner. Shout out to Lady Hudson Poetry. She was amazing. She featured me the first time and let me do open mic this time. So, period. I'm going to keep on supporting her. Every third Saturday of the month, she will be hosting events for open mic. And I'm going to fucking be there because I have a voice and I'm going to use it. Period. That's why I got this podcast. That's why I do poetry. My job with psychology, all I'm doing is fucking talking. And being a model, you know, I got to sell myself. So I need to know how to talk in that aspect too. So ain't nobody gonna shut me the fuck up. I'm still gonna move how I move. I'm still gonna do what I do because there ain't a bitch in this world who can do it like me. Okay? Okay. So now that we got that clear, let's get into some updates. So I told y'all I'm pregnant. Very happy about that. Um, Poetry, got that. Back to working, got that. Boom. What am I missing? I'm missing something. Cause I be trying to glaze over the bad shit. My cat got kicked in the eye by my sister, who says it was an accident. I don't believe that shit because anytime she get mad at me, she's taking it out on my cat. So that is what it is, and my cat is officially no longer getting out of my sight. Bitch, you're where I'm at, and I'm where you're at, and that's it. That's all it is to it. So I'm keeping her very close to me right now. I'm looking at her. She's on the bed napping. I'm very happy that she decided to take a nap because earlier when I was testing the audio and the visuals, she wanted to run rampant and get on the iPad and shit like that. No, ma'am. I can't do that while I'm doing this episode. So I'm very glad that she decided to take a nap so mommy can work. But I bring that up because a very supportive Facebook group called Black People Love Cats Too was extremely resourceful and informative in getting my cat back to her normal self. There was a lady named Sarah who paid for all of her vet bills. It wasn't much for real, but I didn't have no money. Like I said, I ain't worked in a month. So shit, what the fuck am I gonna do? She paid for everything. There was people who sent in a bunch of donations. I took care of my baby and I bought her a bunch of motherfucking snacks. I got her eye back together. She is officially back to normal. My feisty, cuddly baby, my stink about manas, Ombre Chiari Dior, is back to normal, and that makes me very happy because I didn't like seeing her down like that. It made me sad. I cried the entire night after the incident happened. It just wasn't good for either one of us. So I'm just happy that she's back to who she is. My happy, cuddly, feisty girl. But like I said, she ain't leave my motherfucking sight. And right now, she's between the basement and my room where she can be safe and have her room to run around. So there's that. I know y'all know that I worked very hard to lose weight. I'm still pretty thin, on the thinner side of things, but I have gained like 20 pounds because of this pregnancy. Like, yes, that's a good thing, but it be kind of messing with my mental because I work very hard to not be fat no more. And it's looking like I'm going to be fat again, and I'm going to have to do this weight loss shit again. And there's that. And I have a therapist now. The last time I talked to y'all, I did not have a therapist. That was the end of January. I was also smoking. I'm no longer smoking anymore. So a lot of things have changed. And while we're talking about therapy, let's talk about today's topic. Today, the topic is mental health. I'm mostly geared it towards men caring about their mental health, but I really want to tap into the Black community focusing on their mental health. So before I get into that, I just wanted to say I hope everybody is having a wonderful week. I hope everybody does not feel weak. Hope everybody feels very strong and empowered. I hope you are taking control of your life and not letting anybody else tell you what you can and can't do, tell you where you can and can't go. I hope you stand 10 toes on all business. And I just really wish everybody the best who tunes into a talk of my thoughts. I wish you all nothing but the fucking world because you deserve it. Y'all my babies. And I'm happy to be back. Now that that's out the way, I got my influencer. So I'm all set. Don't fret. Let's get into the topic. Today, I really want to talk about mental health. So we're going to turn the music down so y'all can hear me because this needs to be said. This needs to be heard. And I need everybody to tune in to, like, all around the world. I need y'all to tune the fuck in because taking care of up here is how you take care of here and how you take care of here. That's how you take care of your overall self because it starts up here, okay? So, like I said, I want to talk about mental health. Men needing to take care of their mental health more seriously. Talking about the things that they can't talk to anyone about. And please don't mind the cars in the background. I'm sorry if it's too much music and noise. Just let me know in the comments and we can itch nail on all that shit. But yeah, the idea that males can't express themselves come from years of conditioning through their own upbringing and society. Parents badgering shit into their head, and they go out into the world and their friends bully them for having feelings, and girls they like won't let them express themselves, shit like that. Their environment has made them feel like they can't talk about their feelings or show them, or that makes them weak. Grow some balls, or stop all that crying, boys don't do that, or toughen up, be a man, has been driven into their psyche so much so that it has created generations, plural, generations of men who bottle their feelings in, thinking that's what they're supposed to do. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not true. Before being a man, you are a human. You are a human fucking being. And you have feelings that do matter. I don't care what nobody else say. You matter. Your feelings matter. And that, all of that, who you are, how you feel, should be expressed. Because if you don't let it out, it can and will come out on its own in the most terrible way possible. Some men will find solace in a bottle. Some find solace in drugs. Some find solace in women. Some even drown in all of the above, wondering why they don't feel any better, and to end the deep longing of peace, or deep longing for peace rather, and the overwhelming feeling of depression, they commit suicide. Yes, we are talking about a lot of heavy shit today. Trigger warning. I have lost a couple people to substance abuse. And some do it intentionally, others not so much. No one plans to overdose, but that's what the action of intaking too many different substances will do to your body. Moment of silence to everybody who has lost somebody from substance abuse, because that shit is hard on all of us. Yeah. I'm stuck on my chest, can't get it off of me. I put my demons to rest, but they've been stalking me. Lord knows I try my best, I gave it all of me. Yeah. They suffer in their own minds and try to cope through various non-constructive outlets, burying their demons, or at least trying to, instead of facing them, learning why that demon exists, and using it to become stronger. Now, I want to specifically talk about the mental health of black men. Let's tap in. Researchers have discovered that black men experience higher rates of mental health issues compared to other groups due to a complex interplay of factors, such as systematic racism, discrimination, poverty, economic disparities, all of the shit that we already know about, and some shit that we don't know about. Let's not forget to mention exposure to violence and trauma at a very young age, most times. Cultural stigma and lack of support. Now, this seems to correlate with hyper-masculinity and the suppression of emotions. Y'all know, like I know, men grow up and kind of are scared to say how they feel because they'll be judged negatively. I like how cultural stigma and lack of support was mentioned in my research, because this directly relates to something I know most of the black community has heard at least once in their lives. Therapy is for crazy people. You don't need a therapist. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Or, this one is the one that I personally heard growing up. Therapy is for white people. Ain't it funny how black people assume anything to make you a better version of yourself is for white people? I think that's very funny, because, like, who told you that? Who made you think that? Slavery did. The white people told you all good shit is for them, and you get the leftovers. I think that's pretty ironic that we still take that shit with us, but I'm going to tap into that a little bit later. And if, like, for example, you talk proper, which I feel like I do and I always have. Knowledge has always been very important to me, but I always felt like I never talked in a broken up ebonic type of way. Like, I may talk like that sometimes, but overall I articulate myself. I am very clear in what I'm saying. You hear every word that come out of my mouth like this. So it's just like, no, I'm not talking white, I'm talking proper. I'm still black, I just articulate my words. Or how skydiving or bungee jumping is for white people. No, I'm just being adventurous and letting go of fear. It's very hard for the black community to get out of their shell because many things can go wrong, but let that shit go. Have some fun. Be adventurous. Do things you've never done before because you only get one life. You only have one life to live, so fucking live it to the fullest. So I'm not gonna say that shit is on my to-do list, my bucket list, but if I'm ever presented with the opportunity to go swimming with whales or to go skydiving or bungee jumping or fucking parasailing, bitch, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna make sure I'm safe. I'm gonna make sure I'm strapped the fuck in. I'm gonna make sure I pray to whoever I believe in, which is all of them, all the gods, every last one of them. I am omni-beliefing. I don't even know the word. It's omniism. I think that's the word. Just believing in multiple gods, not just one, multiple. I believe in all of them. God, Buddha, Allah, okay? Even the mythical gods, Zeus, Athena, you feel me? All that. They all have some truth and some substance behind their existence. Nobody just came up with this shit from their brain cells. It's something that they encountered. It's not an original thought. It's something that they encountered to give them this belief, to give them this literary idea. So, we all have our ideologies, and that's mine. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm safe. I'm gonna make sure I'm prayed up, and I'm gonna go ahead and go. Cause shit, you only get one life. But I could tie this belief that's for white people back to slavery, like how I already did. They told y'all to believe that umpteen years ago, and a piece of you still believes that all good things are for white folks. And it's like, really, it's a lot of shit that's abnormal in the black community that I could tie back to slavery. But you'll just have to listen to Season 4, Episode 3 of A Talk of My Thoughts, titled The Mental Trap Willie Lynch Set is Still Working. Still fucking working. If you want to hear that, please go listen to get that insight. It's extremely important, and I suggest everybody who is a person of color to go listen to it, because I came with real facts. I read the physical book when I was in high school. I had this wonderful, I think she was my poetry teacher. I can't really remember, but we did a lot of reading. I don't remember it being like literature, but it could have been. But she gave us, it was white people in my class too, but she gave us black resources. I read The New Jim Crow because of her. I read the Willie Lynch book because of her. There's a lots of books that I read in college due to that specific professor just being all inclusive. I fucks with her. Can't remember her name, but I love that lady. And I listened to it again on Audible. Audible is where I listen to all my books now. I really love it. It's super accessible, super affordable, and I can really get to any book in the world that I want to get to. So I love that. But I, again, suggest everybody listen to Season 4, Episode 3 of A Talk of My Thoughts. But today is about mental health. Not just in men whose depression is 20% higher than white men. Their anxiety is 15% higher than white men. Their levels of suicide is 4 times higher than the black woman. Let that sink in. They kill themselves 4 times more than black women. Why? Because they cannot feel comfortable. They do not feel comfortable expressing themselves. They hold that shit in until they get tired of feeling that way. Y'all know what I mean by that way. Depressed, tired, sad. Nothing makes you happy. You get tired of feeling that way. So you end it the best way you know how. But I feel like we, the entire black community, may very well have racial trauma. This refers to the emotional impact of stress related to racism, racial discrimination, and race-related stressors. That's why I always want to talk about mental health. That's why I also want to talk about mental health in Black women. It's prevalent in us as well. Any minority, really, it's prevalent in, because we face so many obstacles and oppositions due to us being a minority. Okay? So, referencing my podcast episode, season 1, episode 4, I started off talking about this a little bit, because this really touches me. Like, I watched my male cousins be told, stop crying, men don't do that, toughen up, grow some balls, like, that's life, get over it. I've watched this shit happen, and I've seen it change them from soft loving boys to hardcore ass men. Which I guess, it's a defense mechanism. It's what you need to do to protect yourself. But you need to be releasing that shit at some point, at some time throughout your life. And, like, reprogramming yourself so you don't live a hard life. So you don't have to live a hard life. So, I started off talking about this in season 1, episode 4. It was about how Black women call Black men zesty, sassy, or even gay for conveying their true feelings, their true likes, and their true dislikes. Do you know why y'all do that? Do you know why y'all do that? Let me tell you why y'all do that, okay? It's because Willie Lynch told your ancestors, slave masters, to teach your women ancestors to see the men as weak and to tear him down the way they saw their slave master tear him down. Y'all listening? If you're not listening, tap the fuck in, okay? I'm gonna say that again. The reason Black women call Black men zesty, sassy, or even gay for conveying their true likes, feelings, dislikes is because Willie Lynch told your ancestors' slave masters to teach the women ancestors to see the men as weak and to tear him down the same way they saw their slave master tear them down. Okay? And that's why it's sprinkled into their childhood. Men don't do that. Toughen up, grow some balls. Slavery, nigga. Willie Lynch purposefully pinned the woman against the man and vice versa. It's wild to me how his doctrine is still perpetuating itself today. He said it would, though. He said it would perpetuate itself for like up to 1,000 years. And it's doing just that. Again, get more information on that. The book, How to Make a Slave. Willie Lynch's book. It's like a fucking blueprint on how to dehumanize the human. And he compares it to how you break down a fucking horse. That's season 4, episode 3. That's season 4, episode 3, okay? Season 5, episode 8, that's this one. It's about mental health. So please, again, I highly suggest y'all tap into season 4, episode 3. Learn where you came from. Learn your fucking history. So you can navigate around it. So you can redirect yourself. So you can reprogram yourself. Okay? The title of that episode is The Mental Trap Willie Lynch Set is Still Working. Please, don't let me be doing this for no reason. Black women have their own levels of depression, anxiety, PST, and just overall trauma as well. Some just hide it better than others. In general, Black people, compared to their white counterparts, are more likely to experience prolonged, chronic, and severely debilitating forms of depression. It's often described as tiredness, loss of appetite, sadness, inability to experience pleasure, and hedonia. There's a word for that. Or even problems with movements or muscular activity relating to mental processes. A specialist who is not Black might not recognize these telltale signs of depression because we are just innately stronger than other races. We just mentally and physically can put up with more. I appreciate the sentiment, but we need mental care too. Okay? We need help too. Okay? I don't care what nobody told you. We all a little fucked up. We all need some help. Okay? We not only see injustice from the police force, we also see injustice from the healthcare field. I am someone who has encountered injustice from the justice system and the healthcare system, so I advocate strongly for myself. We must all do the same for ourselves and for others, or we will not get the justice or treatment that we need. Getting so much money. Shout out to Owen for putting me onto this song, or Sean Trigger, you feel me? And my baby, I love him. Hold on. I'm getting so much money these days. It's hard to figure out who love me for me. I'm trying to balance out everything. I'm getting sabotaged every way. You don't want to, but you gotta change. It's gonna hurt you trying to stay the same. Are you in it? Are you in it for the fame? I'm trying to figure out who love me for me. And that's coming from a black man, Kodak Black. Listen to the black man. So, to black women, I say give black men more grace. Hug them, kiss them, love them unconditionally. Because when they go out into the world, they are facing battles, demons, and trauma we have no idea about. We know nothing about the shit they go through when they walk outside that fucking door. They're going through it alone. Do you hear me? They're experiencing this hardship by themselves. And then they're being told that they can't talk about it. Some males even experience sexual assault at a young age, thinking that it's a rite of passage. But that's another topic for another episode. To the black men, I say take care of your mental health because your existence requires you to learn yourself so you can overcome the battles you already face just by being a black man in America. Treat all the women in your life like a queen, and they will in turn treat you like a king. We are royalty. We are one. We are together under the sun. We have to be each other's backbone. The world already hates us. So let's love each other. Let's grow together. Matter of fact, that makes me think of Tupac, Changes. Let's love one another. Let's grow together. That's some shit that he said in that song. And that's the 90s, my nigga. He saw what the black community needed, and he wasn't no Malcolm X or Martin Luther King Jr. about it, but he wanted to see unity in the black community, as do I, in 2025. We are royalty. We are one. We are together under the sun. We have to be each other's backbone. The world already hates us. So let's love each other. Let's grow together. Let's show the world what it looks like when we stand side by side, hand in hand. We need each other. Bottom line. That's it. That's all it is to it. And anybody who knows me knows I like women. Like, women is who I like. I'm more sexually pleased by women, okay? But I love my brothers. I'm pregnant by a brother. Wouldn't have it no other way. What you talking about? I need me a chocolate baby. Chocolate chunky baby, like me. So, yeah, I love us. I love us. And I love the black man. But let's talk about ways to improve mental health. One way that I see how we, as the black community, can improve mental health is to encourage an open dialogue between you, your friends, and your family, just to get the ball rolling and raise awareness. But here are some other resources for mental health care. Black girls, listen up, this is for you. Therapy for Black Girls. This organization aims to destigmatize mental health and to help black females access the therapy that they need. The ATWMT is a project that helps teenagers and their families achieve optimal mental health through dialogue, learning, and the understanding that everyone deserves to be heard. Everyone deserves to get the help that they need. Black Women's Health Imperative is the first nonprofit organization created by Black women to help protect and advance the health and wellness of Black women. The Mental Health Coalition is a collective of organizations working to destigmatize mental health and empower access to vital resources necessary for a healthy mindset and a healthy well-being. Also, get in touch with your primary care physician to inquire about mental health care services in your local community. Some accept your insurance, others do not. I say just go where they accept your insurance. That's what the fuck I did. And I highly suggest that you do the same. I have been in therapy since February, as I stated, and I am officially diagnosed with severe depression and generalized anxiety disorder. I learned about this in psychology, and the acronym for it is GAD. Never thought that it would affect me. I still don't believe in having anxiety. I just feel that one can be anxious, but I'm gonna let a therapist do their job. I'm working on my mental health as well, and I do truly see a difference. I'm practicing what I preach, so of course I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the motherfucking resources and tools to do the same. Okay? I ain't just saying it's for my health. I ain't just saying it's for my mental health. See what I did there? But of course, I got a sister to counsel me, because who better to help me and understand me than me? Okay? Clock it. Also, to my reading girlies, I done already told y'all about Audible, but get this book called Self-Love for Black Women. I'm sure they sell it in Barnes & Nobles and like stores where you can get a hard copy. But I'm listening to it on Audible, and I'm currently done with the first chapter. I'm already obsessed. I resonate with every word that has been said, and it makes me feel so seen. She said something about the texture of our hair, and then wanting it to be straighter like the other races that we see. I wanted that as a kid. Like, I would always play in my auntie's wigs, so I could just have the feel of some straight hair instead of dealing with my coarse, kinky hair that I put my fingers in and it gets stuck. You know what I'm saying? But this book really touches on how we are beautiful as we are, and how we can teach, women in our community, the women that we raise, to see themselves as beautiful as they are. So I really fuck with that book. I really, really do. And I really like learning. I really like knowing more. So this book gets me thinking by stimulating my brain at the end of each chapter. She has questions that you're encouraged to answer. I did my first journal entry, and it made me realize things that I did not know about myself. And that's crazy because I'm very self-aware. Now, a few things that I wanted to show you myself is mental health care providers. I got this for myself to set up my therapist. Like I said, my primary care physician set me up for success. And these are all of the resources that are in Michigan. I believe, yep, because there's some in Okemos. This is mostly Okemos, East Lansing, and Lansing. But, I'm going to just say Michigan. I got 3 pages of mental health care providers who accept Blue Cross or McLaren Medicaid. So, if you want more information on that, please leave it in the comments, and I will definitely, somehow get you pictures of this, because I'm never letting go of this. I'm going to keep this for everybody who needs it. I have sent pictures of it to my mom. Go get you and my little sister some help, please. My little sister need it. And you need it too. My mom is almost 50 years old, and she has had one of the wildest lives I've ever heard about, and she just keeps going. She just keeps going. So much so to the point I feel like she's going on no fuel. But that ain't your business, and I'm not here to talk about that. There's also this book, 3,000 Questions About Me. I love this book. My TT gave me this book a few months ago, and it's literally 1,000 questions. It's got to be 3,000, because I am on, where am I at? I ain't did too much. I had a pencil in the 800s. But I try to write in it as much as I can, as often as I think about it. I'm on 105. I do plan on completing this book before the year's over. I'm not finna put no time limit on that because I read other books, I do other shit. But I just try to write in here when I can, and it again helps you think about who you are and what you've experienced, and it just forces you to like come to terms with it and then work on it if you want to change it or keep it if you don't. But yep, my next thing is 105, and I haven't answered. Have you ever had an out of body experience? If so, describe it in one word. One word. My out of body experience is what I just went through. So funny enough, this question is right on time. I don't know how to describe it in one word though. So I'm definitely gonna sit here and ponder on that for a second. But I definitely felt like I was in a movie. Like I was watching my life outside of myself. So yeah, if so, describe it in one word. And I'm gonna just say traumatizing. It was very traumatizing. I have small forms of PTSD from it. I don't like the way that looked. I have small forms of PTSD from it. I got nightmares and shit. And I have very high anxiety when it comes to going out on my own now, because I was alone at the gravesite when this happened. It was just me. I had invited one person and they brought somebody they wasn't supposed to bring. I was waiting on my cousin. She would sleep on me. And I invited my brother. He never even responded. So I was in that situation by myself, defending myself by myself. But that's my life though. I go through shit alone, so I'm so fucking used to it. But yep, one word, traumatizing. And I'm sure I'll remember, but I'm just gonna put in parentheses car incident, because anytime I say car incident, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I ain't never had no incident with a car that was traumatizing. So now we on 106. Now there's some 106 in Park. There's some that I have missed. I skipped over 93. Invent one way in which you could reinvent yourself. I don't really know how to answer that. And what do you frown upon when it comes to raising kids? I was gonna wait till I had a kid to answer that, so that's funny as hell. Yeah, there's a few that I skipped over. Do you like champagne? If so, what's your brand? I don't think I've ever had champagne, so I can't answer that. Do you think Great Britain should be a part of the United Europe? I don't give a fuck if it is or isn't. So I'm probably just gonna write that down. What type of person angers you the most? There's a lot of people who anger me the most. This little space just isn't enough to answer that. So there's that on that. But yeah, I highly suggest that everybody get this 1,000 Questions About Me book, and I'm actually gonna use this as the fucking bookmark. Keep it together. Keep it classy. Keep it tight. So yes, that is the topic of the day. Mental health. Men taking care of their mental health and talking about things that they don't feel like they can talk to anybody else about. Like, okay, you may not be able to talk to your dad about like a man, but get you a therapist. They'll be able to talk you through it. Seriously. I highly suggest everybody, no matter your race, get a goddamn therapist. We have all experienced some shit that we may process in a negative manner, and it comes out that way. So do what you gotta do for you to be a better you. So let's get into the word of the day. Depression is the first word of the day, and mental health is the second word of the day. I feel like I've done mental health before, but we're gonna fucking do it again. So to me, my definition of depression is feeling low, feeling just down, like heavy. I always describe things in a feeling because I feel so deeply. Not really having motivation to do things, whether you like to do them or not. Thoughts of suicide, sometimes actions of suicide. Just really, really tired of life, tired of living. To me, that's depression. And mental health, because I'm not saying mental health care, I'm not saying mental health resources, mental health. To me, mental health is the state of your mind, positive or negative. Are you elevating mentally? Are you de-escalating mentally? So to me, mental health is just your the state of your mind. The state of your mind is your mental health, to me. Because you can have good mental health. You can have bad mental health. So the state of your mind is mental health to me. Now, we're going to get into the Googles and whatnots. Check that shit. And yeah, we're 40 minutes in. Yeah, perfect. So, depression definition. Let's do it in the kitchen. All right. Oh, shit. This is interesting. Depression, Google says, is a group of conditions associated with the elevation or lowering of a person's mood, such as depression or bipolar disorder. So they get into different types of depression. I didn't even fucking know that. I mean, I've heard of postpartum depression, but I've never heard of any other form of depression. There's clinical depression. There's persistent depressive disorder. There's bipolar bipolar disorder, bipolar 2 disorder, and postpartum depression. Okay, so let's get into these categories, these subcategories of depression. Because what? Clinical depression, a mental health disorder characterized by persistently depressed mood or loss of interest in activities, causing significant impairment in daily life. Persistent depressive disorder, a mild but long-term form of depression. Bipolar disorder is a disorder associated with episodes of mood swings ranging from depressive lows to manic highs. Depressive 2 disorder, a type of bipolar disorder characterized by depressive and hypomanic episodes. Postpartum depression, depression that occurs after childbirth. And, little tidbit about me, I'm getting lots of calls from WIC and family assistance programs. And one lady that I spoke to encouraged me to inform my doctor and my OB that my therapist said that I am severely depressed, because this puts me at a higher risk for postpartum depression. Yep. Because I was going to ask, if you're already depressed, postpartum depression is like a given. If you're already a depressive person, postpartum depression is a given. So, not looking forward to that. I just hope I have a strong enough support system. That's the tea on that, because I'm not going to be able to get through that alone. I'm going to be sleep deprived. I now have to take care of another human. I'm already a depressive person. This shit is making me more depressed. I may possibly need some fucking help. So we'll see if I get it. I just think that's very interesting that there's different subcategories of depression. Like I said, I heard of postpartum depression, but I've never heard of no other form of depression. So, interesting. Now, mental health. Definition. Mental health definition. Mental health refers to a state of well-being in which individuals can Mental health refers to a state of well-being in which individuals can cope with life stressors, realize their abilities, learn to work effectively, and establish healthy relationships. So, this reminds me of a circle that I saw as a kid, and it was just about your overall well-being, your social life, your work life, your personal life, and your love life. I think those were the categories, and this all contributes to your mental health. So I think this is what's happening right here. But yeah. So like I just said, the state of your mind. Very, very short and sweet. They go into more reasons why your state of mind can be affected, which again is your ability to cope with life stressors, realize your abilities, to utilize your strengths and talents to achieve your goals, learn to work effectively, and to establish healthy relationships. I hear healthy relationships and all I think of is boundaries. Foster positive connections with others and maintain a social well-being. We all need people. That's a fact. Learn to work effectively to engage in educational pursuits and contribute to their communities. Realize their abilities, utilize their strengths and talents to achieve their goals, cope with life stressors, manage challenging situations, and maintain emotional stability. I wanted to just take a second to talk about that because I don't cope with life stressors well. I don't do good under pressure. Dealing with this car situation, and then I had so much other shit that just fell from the fucking sky that was a problem, sent me downhill. It really did. Mentally, I was shot. And my mom was scared. My mom was scared. And I'm telling her, like, I'm strong enough. I'm going to get through this shit. And she says to me, I don't know that, though. That kind of fucked me up. Like, you seen me get through shit. And it's just like, I've never seen you get through this shit. So, of course, I'm always going to make it out of what I go through. But I do think I need to work on how I get through it. Remaining appreciative of life, remaining graceful, remaining loving, even though I'm going through hardships. So that's something I gotta work on. I'm able to get through it. I'm able to make it out. You know what I'm saying? I still maintain my social connections. But when I'm like this, it's very everybody's liable to get cut the fuck off when I am on a downhill slope mentally. So that definitely happened. It definitely happened after the car incident. There's so many fucking people I cut off. And I don't regret it. But maybe there's a different way I should deal with this shit. My therapist also told me a while ago, because as soon as I got into it with my auntie about some shit, I blocked her because she's never talked to me like that before. She's never talked to me in the way that she did. And I ain't like it. I ain't like it one bit. And I will never give you that opportunity to talk to me like that again. Blocked. The fuck on. And my therapist was like, I'm going to challenge you to not block people as soon as something goes wrong. That's definitely a challenge, because that's become my coping mechanism for dealing with people. If you rub me the wrong way, we had a good run type shit. Bye. I have no problem with burning a bridge. I have no problem with cutting people off. Definitely get that from my mom. She's the cutoff queen. I'm the cutoff princess. And I that's one of the boundaries that I set. Because I would continue fucking with people who harmed me mentally, thinking that things were going to get better, and they never did. So, it's definitely a challenge. And I'm still working through that challenge. Because the father of my child had been blocked 17 umpteen times. And it's probably going to keep happening. Because that's how I keep my peace. Nobody else is going to care about my peace except for me. So I got to do what I got to do to keep it. And for me, that's getting you the fuck out of my face. Period. Word to the bitch who did that shit with my car. Like, you were blocked for almost 2 years. I don't know nothing you doing with your life. Don't want to know. Don't give a fuck. So the fact that you came to my cousin's shit, popping shit, and just doing the utmost, needed that, got that, and you wanted to be a weirdo because you lost the fight. Like, it is what it is on that. But, like, that's how I deal with negativity. I get it the fuck on. I remove myself, and I remove you from my life. Period. So, yeah, this has been a very, very good episode. This has been a topic that I've been sitting on for a very long time. We're almost at an hour, so if you're still hearing me, comment in the comment section here. If you still here with Bree Big Draco, comment in the comment section here. Let me know you still hear me. Let me know you still feel me. Let me know you still rocking with me, because it's been a long fucking time since I've been here. So, I'm going to wrap it up since we're almost at an hour, and I need to go vegetable fruit shopping, because my therapist also told me to eat better, but also the people in WIC want me to eat better for the baby, of course. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But, shit, y'all, this was very good. Thank y'all for listening to me. Thank y'all for tapping into me. Thank y'all for fucking with me. Like, it's been a minute. My podcast bag. I'm finna get back in it. Okay. Sorry, just dropped the audio. So, in conclusion, thank you so much for joining me. I enjoyed deep diving into this topic. Be sure to add me on Facebook, Bree Big Draco Thomas. Follow me on TikTok, Sajaya Lucci Malik. Add me on Snapchat, Big Draco. Bree Big Draco, because the little don't fit on me. Instagram _Starrose_, and that's all the shit I'm on. Am I on anything else? I'm on Threads, but that's connected to Instagram. So yeah, add me on all that shit. Follow me on all that shit. It would be mutual appreciated. Oh, and shit, while I'm here, I keep forgetting, like, YouTube is a social media platform too. Like, I know y'all already here and y'all already see it, but subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. It's called Abria Thomas's channel. Subscribe to it, please. Thank you. I'm only at 53 subscribers. I deserve so many more, but I'm grateful. Make sure you do the poll or the Q&A that's for this thing, this episode. I'm gonna try to have a Q&A. If I don't judge me. But still, give me a rating. 5 stars, please, if you haven't already. I love y'all. Be safe. Join me next time on A Talk With My Thoughts. My name is Bria. See ya. See ya. We want to see ya. Like I said, I love y'all. Love y'all.